Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, I'm sorry, folks. This match is actually, I kind of tuned out because I did not think this match was actually happening, but it is. I got the wrong HUD on. We'll try to fix that ASAP, but more importantly, we are finally kicking off the Zvonki Cup. Very happy to be able to bring this to y'all. Glad this match is actually happening here. Nice little ski. Jockey's gonna try. Oh, actually, wrong way. And that is going to be that for the first hit. Welcome in, y'all. Not the proper introduction here, but nonetheless. Let me make sure. Oh, and my microphone muted itself as well. Thank you so much. Anyways, getting off to a wonderful start here. We do have YATAGARASU versus... oh, wow. We've got our voice enable on as well. And we've got people burping into the microphone. This is just perfect start here. Zvonki Cup 2, welcome in, y'all. We like to keep things professional and running a clean and tight ship. Alas, the first hit gets through 3% onto YATAGARASU. We got a Hunter, we got a Charger, and we got a Boomer. The Boom comes in alongside the Hunter. Actually, is going to connect onto JKL. Now the Charge rolls in with the get up. Gets a double charge. I don't feel like that should have happened. YATAGARASU just kind of going for it. And alas, we now have a Spitter stranded by Haruko. I thought that we would wait and get the hit with the spit, but Haruko catching him off guard. How are we feeling, folks, in the chat? Honestly, making sure everything is still running properly, because that did throw me off guard. I thought this was a forfeit win for sure, but it is going to be a match, and I would much rather wait 20 minutes for a match than wait 20 minutes for a forfeit. So... follow-up hit is not going to be anything too scary, but of course they've got to play around the alarm card. We got the 2-2, the Poo-2, Smoker Jockey on this one. Spitter spawns in early. It was a very interesting spit decision there. And we've also Smoker. Okay, I mean, look at the split. We're going to be playing around the tank, obviously, so it's not going to be a big deal. Could have kept the spit there to... they dropped down. They're going to give him a spawn-in. EDU is going to get another spawn-in. Jockey, what's going on from YATAGARASU? I mean, the guy completely separates. This guy, Hunter should be able to catch Ellis 9 times out of 10. He's got him around. What? Okay, Coach is in there. Now, Rochelle's finally getting it. And now Rochelle, oh my goodness. What a start to our match it has been. Very interesting start. Look at the tank. They're not even going for chip. They're switching out the weapons. They will eventually get some chip in there. Tank just walking by him saying, go ahead, you won't. Alright. Well, we got a moment. Let's go ahead and do our roster rundowns for YATAGARASU. We got Nadrat. Raiden, the creator of Zvonki Cup himself. We got JKL. We also got Stigma X God on the side of Haruko. We've got Kuing, Seonu, Mesa Project, and Edu Rampe. 4 names that you should be very familiar with in the Latin American Left 4 Dead 2 community. Probably the 4 most well-known Latin American players here being represented by... Of course, with the HK namesake, which of course everyone knows stands for Haruko. EDU Rampa, as he typically likes to do, sends in his tank for nothing here. Gets completely lasered down. 1600 HP left on this tank, as he does eventually climb it up. Slow climb, by the way, noted. And he will hop over, will miss the car smack. And that is going to be the tank dead. No Hail Mary cars going to work. Smoker will get cleared. A very, very, very questionable start by YATAGARASU. But the tank will obviously go completely in their favor. Not really what you want to be doing as that tank. I think YATAGARASU is going to do a much better job of showing us exactly what you do need to do on that tank. We got a Spitter, Charger, Boomer, Hunter. I mean, I say that, but YATAGARASU, they have not impressed me yet. They recovered from what was a very questionable hit. We'll see if they can lock it down and still finish out this chapter with about 1,000 points. Hunter does connect. No spit. Spit gets capped. And again, very high amount of separation as far as hit timers go for the SIs. We've often seen 1 or 2 going in at a time. And they will be able to drop it down. Again, taking advantage of the fact that HK was not quite ready. Only 2 members ready for that, and they didn't want to sacrifice it. Jockey and Smoker got a long road to nowhere. And now Jockey Boom dies first and second. Smoker dies third. So we will get a Jockey back in action as well. We're actually sending in the charge. Very intriguing decision there. I would have loved to see the charge stay in the rotation, but HK is going to choose to take it out of the rotation. And instead is going to be replacing it with, I believe, a Boom, who died second there. Not typically what you're looking for. It is going to be the 2-2 for the last hit. Wide open space. Again, the spitter almost getting picked before it can spit. Spit to nowhere. Hunter will eventually land. Jockey going to cover, but realizes, you know, he doesn't even really need it. They've split themselves. He lands onto Ellis for a moment. And they do get some decent damage onto YATAGARASU there, but it's still going to be just shy of 1,000 for them. Again, I mean, I've casted a lot of YATAGARASU, so I can't say that this is the best chapter that I've seen from them, but a nice recovery nonetheless. We are going to watch back that one stumble from YATAGARASU here at the motel. We've got a massive 2-2 split here on the YATAGARASU members. 1 drops down, 1 up above. What are we doing here, folks? Smoke pull on the guy up above. Into the Jockey before those long-range SMGs can clear. Ellis is hopping around, trying to get some action, but alas, instead of climbing up the stairs, he is going to get caught by the Hunter off by the side. Coach is there for the cover. No big deal. But that Jockey gets in a ton of free damage onto Stigma Ex-God. Welcome in Scooty. Welcome in LP Shot, IP Shot as well, Mr. Shot. Welcome in Gun Noodle as well. Of course, always great to have Gamer Noob in the spot as well. This is Zvonki Cup Round 2. I'm going to wait until the next chapter to fix our HUD, but that original silver HUD that you see so often on the stream is from the original Zvonki Cup. So you got to give it up to Zvonki Cup creator Raiden for creating such a good HUD that it has just kind of been my go-to HUD for a lot of the times. Obscurity Cup, also with a great HUD. But regardless, you know, we're going to kick it on over to HK's, no, not Hikori, Haruko's attempt at the survivor side. Welcome in Praise Weedses with the sub as well. Great to have you in here. Much love to ya. Wow, we have got a lot of people in here celebrating the start of a new cup here, Zvonki Cup 2. One notable feature of Raiden's cups is these cups are marathons. In the sense that, or not marathons, they're the opposite of a sprint, essentially. In comes the hit 2-2, Hunter Jockey. Jockey will eventually land. Spit. I would have loved to see a pre-spit, but they're just going to save it. Now, this means if they sack into a quad, which, okay, it's a lot of damage. Wow, a lot of free damage. Taking a long time to clear up. A lot of commons with the quad boom as well. Okay. Bit of a crazy hit there to start us off. But yeah. Basically, if you know about the Zvonki Cup, if you know about Raiden's Cup, there is, I believe, a 7-week Swiss period before playoffs even begin. And in fact, I believe even the Swiss rounds are going to be 2 weeks per round. So this cup is going to be going on for months. And this is the very first cast of it. Very excited to see. This is going to be an early hit from YATAGARASU with the quad. Hunter will land. 3 will land. Jockey will get into the way, but still, look at the smoke. Look at the charge. Going to be able to rip away. Smoke taking a while to get cleared as well. Nice little hit And 2 hits in before the underpass even. And we've already got Haruko popping pills, dropping down past 30% as far as damage goes. And yeah, I mean, YATAGARASU, they didn't have the most star-studded survivor start. Nice little alliteration there. But Haruko has definitely failed the return to this initial serve so far. They're going to get an underpass hit even with that. Jockey going to carry a second one into the spit to double the spit damage. You love to see it. I was thinking maybe the jockey just goes for the hunt target, but no. The jockey shoots for the stars, and the clears are too slow from Haruko. We see the double boom come out. Nicholas on 1 HP here. Down he goes, I believe, to a common smack. And yeah, I mean, they are just getting absolutely smacked up for the time being. In comes the charge. It lands with a double spit again. Well, hey, whoa, look how long it takes him to get up to insane spit damage. Smoker's good. Hunter's good in the death spit. Oh my god, it is an absolute laying to waste of this HK roster. In fact, I'm ending the predictions before y'all can even see what just happened there, because I know what's going to happen when y'all see that. There is a slight delay to the stream, about 20 seconds, so apologies for anyone who tried to get in their predictions after that hit came out. Not going to happen. In comes another one. Charge onto Ellis with a double boom. Spit. No clear on the spit. And the jockey gets in too. Oh my god. It's an absolute disaster in the motels. Look at Ro. Trying to clear. Wait. Let's get Ro. Doing what? Yep. Yep. Hold on. Is she going to get scratched by somebody? We still got the jockey alive. Jockey's ready to hop down. There's the jockey with the smoker. Double team. Smoke no good. Hunter's in. Jockey's in. Jockey gets him two'd. And there's a smoke onto Coach with the comments. Jockey's going to go grab it. And they don't even get to bring in the tank. JKL with 101 spit damage on standing survivors. And yeah, safe to say, Praise Weezes, that initial boom on Chapter 1 at the very start was nasty. The quad boom, it was a little bit late, but the clears didn't come out, so it played out perfectly. Lots of comments able to surround as well. Here we see the down right into a massive double charge in the spit. Hunt death spit as well, as the spitter gets cleared before the hunter. And look at the spit. You can see off to the side the spit stands on top of the hunt target, so that you kill the spit before the hunt, and then the death spit gets in there on the hunt target as well. It is particularly nasty. I'm going to try a very quick switching of my HUD, since it does look like we have a second. I'm going to try to get that done because I do love the HUD quite a bit. Alright folks, we are good to go. Still waiting a bit to get everybody readied up. But wow, what a way to start the match. I do apologize if my keyboard was a little bit too close to the mic there, but some people like that. Some people like that. But that has been fixed. In the meantime, we got the Charger Jockey Smoker Spitter out the gate. They're going to go straight into it. Now notice, they did knock over the trash bins. So they're not going to be able to spawn there on the trash bins. It's going to have to be everybody up and over. They actually go for a bit of a bait situation. One SMG and one shotgun. But regardless, the caps will not land. Charger is way late to the party. And he dies. Is the Spitter going to die too? They kill off the Charge Spit last. And so, I mean, you know, it's understandable for the hit to not really work out, but also to be not getting your charge spit up next on the next hit. This is just not really the most optimal way to make it happen. It's simply not. Jockey, Smoker, Hunter, boom. Maybe we can get some separation. Maybe behind the hot dogs. maybe behind one of these vents, behind a tree. Maybe some separation as they enter through here. But yeah, we've got HK set up on top, ready to rock it over for the most part. They are going to let them through. All of YATAGARASU able to drop through, dodging the boom. And then the boom smoke die first. And the Hunt Jock go in next. And now you've got, again, just the least optimal sack order that you would want to go for here in this situation. We're going to be seeing that boom come back. We're going to be seeing the smoke come back. Joined by a charged spit this time around. And yeah, actually it doesn't even matter because here is the tank anyways. So HK does get bailed out a little bit there. Charger, spitter, boom. I would love to see them try a charged spit, get a little bit of damage in. They really need some damage. Instead, the boom dies first. And they're going to hold. One thing that you have to be careful about is, of course, if you kill off all of your SIs, sometimes the tank can be pressured. But this is a wide open space here for the tank. So he's kind of chilling. Maybe the survivors could try to run it back, but that's not particularly bad spot, you know. On Classic Dark Carney, you've got your hittables, etc. It's mainly a thing of getting AI'd. And let's see it. The clean commons call has been made right as the hit comes out. Charge spit, but the spit goes early on the smoke target. And the tank is going to roll it in. King rolls it in with all three of his SIs dead. In fact, Coach is getting common locked, but he's already going for someone else. And this is just going to be an absolute bloodbath for the tank. Another no-hitter. Oh my god. Down he goes. We have yet to see a point of tank damage from Haruko. 2 chapters deep into this Dark Carney match. And you know they've got to be feeling the pain from that for sure. 100 jockey boom. 4 seconds left on Kuing. We'll see if he gets up before the hit comes out. Obviously, you want to hit here. You let them through the alleyway. You want to hit here. They let Ellis up. They let Coach up. They let Nick up. Boom gets popped first. Hunter gets skeeted. Oh my god. It is absolute bloodbath. Wow. I mean, the one positive for Haruko here is YATAGARASU is not going to get a perfect game. They're not going to get that perfect 90.5%. They've dropped below that, but it's just about as close to perfect as you can get, especially on a chapter like this. Hunter, Smoker, Boomer, Spitter. Let's see the Hunt vision here. He's going to hop it in. Again, the boom goes in first. This time he gets a quad boom. Very much a forgivable boom, but he still gets team skeeted. Smoke in the spit. Finally, some crumbs of damage. Some bits and pieces of damage, but it's going to be far too easy for YATAGARASU to continue hacking, slashing their way through the commons. They press the button even. They don't really have to press the button in this situation, but they are going to press it, and now they're going to send. Smoke is good. Charge can't find a spawn. Jockey M2'd away, and this is just beautiful by YATAGARASU. Every single one of the SIs getting absolutely shut down one by one by YATAGARASU. Boom gets in for 2, but who cares at that point? We see the tank play. Tank just chilling up here while the survivors get some early chip in. About 1,000 points of early chip. Smoke spit comes out, and this is the point where Kyung needed to hide. He was first pass, 20% frustration. I would have loved to see him stay up on top. Maybe walk across the roller coaster area, or whatever you want to call that thing, the monorail kind of area. Walk up on top there. Keep vision. Stay away from the survivors. Keep vision, keep frustration up. Let your SIs get back up. Yes, you're going to have a boom. No, it's not going to be the most optimal hit, but at least it will be something instead of this no-hitter that he walked into. Very unfortunate for Haruko. But Haruko, I mean, they did all right out the gate. So we'll see if they can bounce back on the survivor side a bit. Smoker eventually gets cleared. We got a charge, missing. Spit comes out on that, trusting his charge a little bit too much. And yeah, they all land for a bit. You can see it's about 7%. I wanted to say something positive here for Haruko, but the truth of the matter is, it was a nice, meaty 77%er out of YATAGARASU. And we go further on outside the cotton candy, snow cones, hot dog stands, etc. Octajuego says, hello, boy. Well, hello, boy, yourself. We got the early spit again. The spit's not really working according to plan, but look at the hunter. Just having a good time in the meantime. Can you really blame him? That was just a for fun hit. That was a hello, boy kind of hit. Charger jockey Smoker with the boom. Transition outside. No matter what the hit is, SIs should be able to find something with this. It's nothing too crazy. They actually let him out quite a bit. Smoke pull with the separation. One boom, but look at the smoke! Eventually get the clear. But hey, it's free damage here for YATAGARASU. They'll definitely take it. A 20%er. Not from that hit. Not from that hit, but, you know, 20% down after a couple hits. They've got... They're not crushing Haruko here, but they're in a very comfortable spot. Raiden going to be the tank, and he climbs it up, chills out. We got a charge hunt, as well as a jockey. And HK decides to start running it back in this situation. Which you gotta be... wow, look at Raiden, pressing the issue! And he just hides behind the brush! With a nice, very nice curve rock. Okay, he is going to hop over to the other side. Okay, so he's gotten to cover without losing much. And he is pretty much ready to go whenever he wants to commit this. He's got 3 SIs at his side. He doesn't, as far as I can tell, this is, you know, like a no-hittable engage. They're actually going to go in for a rock hit with this. Wow. Not going to find anything. Not going to find any rocks. Not going to find any damage. Okay. YATAGARASU going to be testing some stuff here. Raiden, I don't love it. I don't love it, folks. I would have loved just the full engage with those 3 SIs. With all the health that he could have. Just waiting for a corner, which... should have been pretty obtainable. We got the fence right here. They're pretty much backed into a fence. There's a fence here, obviously, as well. But irregardless, we do have a boom for 1, and Raiden rolls it in. 4,500 HP. Smoke pull for an early smack. Into the corner he goes. Smoker does not get cleared. Able to just back it up. Down goes 1. Hunter hops through. Another early cap, bringing the survivor to Raiden here as he gets the rock punch. And down goes Xionu. Tries to disengage here with 33,000 HP, but we have the smoke tongue. Oh my god. Beautiful rock. 180 rock. A nice little parting gift. And they split themselves pretty heavily. Smoke pull with the charge. And down goes Haruko. Very well done by Raiden and co. I was a little bit doubtful when the tank chose not to engage with what I thought was a pretty nice setup, but he still manages to make it work here with 4,700 HP in a dream. In the meantime, we got Sun in the house saying this YATAGARASU is not GOAT. Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand the events that led to YATAGARASU being transformed into GOAT for a temporary amount of time, but the fact of the matter is, actually, YATAGARASU, even with this roster, is swapped around a bit. We have Raiden joining the YATAGARASU roster, who is normally on one of the Llama teams, Hermanos Llama, Siempre Llama. We got Nadrat even joining the roster for YATAGARASU. And we got some other play. Like, I'm not really too... I'm familiar with Thug Life. from the original roster, who I believe was in chat just a moment ago. Shout out to you. We got Shotcase as well. I believe was in here earlier. Those are the kind of names that I recognize from YATAGARASU. So these names are a little bit unfamiliar territory for me. So yeah, YATAGARASU's been shuffling around a bit, but no, this is not the GOAT YATAGARASU. This is YATAGARASU 2.0, I suppose. Kind of hard to say. I'm familiar with Hard as well. I thought that YATAGARASU had some Brazilian members on their team. So I'm not sure what this iteration of YATAGARASU is. I don't know how many original members they have on their team. I think I had the roster pulled up a moment ago. I can check that out if we have a second. We got Thug Life, Zach, Nadrat, Sapnax, Shankla, Stigma, Smark, and Raiden. So really kind of a far cry from the original roster. We've actually got JKL calling for 3 shotguns. Are they doing it though? It looks like we got the 2 and 2. 3 shotguns is not something you see too often as of late, but I do think that the meta could be shifting towards something like that in close quarters. Going to be a 21% tank though, so the question is, I mean, shotgun could be great on tank damage as well. I mean, if you watched an R-Wolf stream, you know, okay, you know, charges can be pretty good too, especially when they get covered by hunters and they get double charges with the smackdowns. Okay, Haruko getting a 10%, 13% out the gate on YATAGARASU. And I love to see this, a team keeping their head into it. YATAGARASU has definitely had some issues with letting a couple banger hits through so far in this match. Really needs to close up the holes.
Let's go down the tunnel.
The Jockey Boomer Spitter going to be the hit here. Not using the spit to prevent the run back or anything like that. Not using the boom to prevent the run back or anything like that. I would love to see the spit just get used. I'm not sure what we're saving the spit for exactly. Certainly not going to be able to get a great jockey spit combo most likely. So not really sure what the spit's being held for. I know we got Mesa Project doing what he can. Spit comes out on... I get some standing spit with a triple boom, and again, Haruko choosing to commit with all SIs down, but this time a triple boom in close quarters. Raiden pops his pills, and he still goes down. We've got Nicholas in the corner, now Ellis in the corner. Ellis is going to get smacked once or twice more before he goes down, but Mesa misses a smack. One more here onto Nadrat. Down he goes. Hunter leading the way with a stumble, but Rose able to clear it up. Now the charge gets a stumble. We got the smoke pull on Nick, and the charge double team as JKL left to fend for himself, but they get it. Oh, they still get the down with the charge smacks. JKL getting reconnected on the charger. Insane. HK is able to shut it down. I mean, don't get me wrong, being down by 2,000 is not the most attractive scoreline here, but they get an insane wipe off of a triple boom situation. I was wondering what exactly is going on with the spit. I don't understand what's happening with this spit. And HK said, "All right, little boy. All right, boy. I'm sorry. All right, boy. All right, boy. This is what we're gonna show you what's up." And they walk right into a triple boom, trying to avoid the spit, trying to avoid the jockey. And yeah, that was nasty. That was super nasty. I love it. I don't know if the jockey was really necessary in this exchange, but hey, it got the job done nonetheless. And now we're gonna see potentially a renewed hope here for Haruko. Let's see what they're rocking. We got 3 SMGs. Mace is asking, do I go SMG or shotgun? Well, you've got 3 SMGs as your teammate, so I think you're going to need to go shotgun. I don't think the game will allow you to progress otherwise. Charge is ready to go from behind. YATAGARASU is looking for a bounce back hit. Charge inside the safe room. Not going to find Ro. Hunter will find for a moment, but he immediately gets knocked away. And yeah, okay. Start to a new day for Haruko. Are they going to be able to keep it close? Are they going to be able to keep it close? Octahuego says, HK Edu, never seen before. Love this. Opinion? Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's okay. Charge comes in, finds one with the spit. And don't get me wrong, this has definitely been a tough match at times for Haruko, but I don't recognize these players, and they found an insane wipe. Let's see if they can find more to kind of have a legendary entry onto the scene. It's going to be the tank in the hands of Stigma X God. And we'll see if he's got what it takes. The boom comes out, he finds one. One thing is for sure, always great to see new players on the scene, getting experience in tournaments. You know, when you are starting one of your first tournament matches, you're definitely going to be feeling the jitters, definitely going to be feeling the anxiety. But once you get more experience with it, you get more experience with your team as well, of course. Starts to get a little bit more natural. Let's see what they can do against Stigma. Hunter is pre-spawned in over here to the side. Gets the initial corner onto Ro. Ro needs one more smack. 3 survivors still up. In goes the Hunter. Trying to... Oh, huge distraction. They will be able to get the clear. But there's the charge follow-up with the smoke connection as well. Keeping him in the corner. And YATAGARASU will be able to get the bounce back wipe, which will lead them to still being up by about 2,000. We'll watch it back. Simple enough here as the tank rolls it in. He's down to 3,500 with the first in cap, not getting pressured enough by the firepower, and in it goes. I love that the Hunter hops around. It doesn't initially commit to one player, just kind of leaves them in an awkward situation where they're aiming their guns at the Hunter, walking away from the Hunter, walking into a corner, allowing the Charger to easily progress closer towards them. I think that this was really well played by JKL on the Hunter. Of course, goes without saying, Stigma getting that early corner, but the SIs came in huge with the aftercare. Beautifully done. Charger is patient with it and gets it locked down. I love that we have some insight into the Haruko team. They're just starting in tournaments and just starting being teammates as well. Talked to Edu and he was pretty nervous. Yeah, I mean, that's completely to be expected. And honestly, it makes this their wipe on Chapter 3 that much more impressive. They've obviously got some work to do from time to time, but they also had that insane hit on Chapter 1 where they completely caught YATAGARASU out of their element and was able to milk it for a ton of damage via isolation, especially with that jockey playing off the smoker. It was beautifully done. But yeah, having some moments where they have self-destructed, and yeah, it's to be expected. Again, y'all, this is just round 1 of the Zvonki Cup in Swiss stage, so it's really no telling what kind of matchups we're gonna run into. We can run into some even matchups. It's possible, but there's so much range for randomness here. Especially in round 1 of Swiss. But we continue pressing it forward. Looks like Haruko is going to finish playing out their match here, at least 4 chapters. as we start the 4th chapter. It, of course, is going to be YATAGARASU up by about 2,000. Jockey, Hunter, Spit, Boom. Again, Boom going in first, which I do wonder about. Nice skeet on the Hunter. Jockey. All right. Hunter, Smoker, Charger, Boom. Unfortunately, not going to have a spit at this area, but I mean, Haruko has been sitting there Booms first quite a lot, and this actually is one area where, you know, if the Boom were to get like an arc Boom as they exit, things could start to get really messy. But they're going to hold the Boom this time around. Charger and the Hunter both get in for some damage. Pretty modest damage. Tank going to be in the hands of Seonu. We do have a potential run back situation. I don't know if the hittables will be able to make it over. A Boom on the run back? No, we're going to save. Okay, eventually goes in, popping it midair. Charger from way back. I think Charger needs to just die at this point. Yeah. Charger can be a decent enough tool here, right? I mean, you don't have it. You do have some stuff that you can jump on, for sure. I think the Charger just needs to die. I don't know. He could just hold his spawn up here. It could work. It could be fine. But regardless, Seonu going to hit his dumpsters in. We are eventually going to send it in. Sending in the Charger, Hunter, Jockey. Charger goes first. Jockey in second. They do land for a brief moment. Keeping the Hunter. I don't love it. I definitely don't love it. Seonu just doesn't have enough time. He also doesn't have enough time to get his dumpsters into play. He's got one off to the side. These two haven't even been touched. And yeah, it has to go in. Tosses a rock, 5%. No, 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 no. No, Tio. Pero, Tio. Oh. Peep, 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 oh. He got the ink cap on JKL, so you can't be too upset with what the AI tank has managed to do here. Can he get another? He wants Nick so bad, but he's not going to get him. Oh, man. That is a heartbreaker there. You saw it going for the rocket 20%. I'm like, I don't know. He might have just locked himself out, and indeed he did. We got a great follow-up hit. They've got all their SIs ready. They let Nick and Coach through. When are we going to send it? Are we sending it on row? The rocket charge to start it off goes wide. Couple smacks and some standing spit as well.
Reloading. Reloading.
Through this building.
Reloading.
Through this door.
Okay, 2-2. Hunter, Smoker, not really going to have chance for shenanigans here, I don't think. I'm just going to send it quick. Beautiful skeet by Nadrat. And yeah, I mean, just nice shutdowns across the board. You know, I feel like I need to spectate these players in first person more because the shotgun players for YATAGARASU are getting some really nice skeets on the Hunter plays, so really well done. I mean, don't get me wrong, that one was kind of a softball, but you can miss the softballs still. And YATAGARASU has done a good job of locking it down when they're given the opportunity. Hunter charger jockey with the boom. In goes another hunter and another beautiful skeet. Out of Nadrat, jockey lands. Brief moment. Boom on one. I thought that arc boom would catch Row, no doubt, but just couldn't quite get there. Spit is spawned in. They don't get the skeet that time around. They'll get punished dearly. Oh! 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 Oh, no. Look at Row. Row simply does not have time for it. Oh my god. Sidestep on the charge. Ooh, 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 ooh. Look at this. She said, I'm gonna go samurai mode on the bitches. I do not care. Look at that. She's got a hot date. You know she's got a hot date. It's a Saturday night. We're talking candlelight dinner. A fucking polite ass waiter. All the stops are going to be pulled, and she cannot be late for this, so she just runs it through and locks it up. Very unfortunate with the tank AI, but look at this. This tank actually gets in there. There's one, there's two, there's three, and there's four, and he gets the end cap onto JKL. Awkward. Alright, let's see it out of HK. I want to see them survive this tank. I want to see them survive this tank and go on to live a very happy, bountiful, and fruitful life where they accomplish many bonus points that they can bring into the safe room with them. It's a nice parting gift to this pretty tough round 1 loss against YATAGARASU. Sorry, folks. Just making sure I don't miss the Kentucky Derby. If we got any Kentucky Derby fans in the house, I got it pulled up. We're good. Boomer drops in first once again. This is the new meta. The boom first is the new meta. You may hate it, but it is what it is. Obviously, boom has a very high likelihood of finding at least one person there to keep them in there. And to try to cycle for a better SI, I think that was probably the plan. They would have gotten a smoker instead of a boom. But I don't know. It is kind of a head scratcher because they can probably just walk out within that time. I don't know. Let me know what y'all think. But it is kind of curious. We're going to have a boom back in the mix. Smoker, Charger, Hunter, no spit in this area. I feel like this is... I mean, we see time and time again this almost identical hit able to take away so much percentage on carried off. I miss it almost an identical spot as carried off. There is the door, but the door usually gets scratched down. There's the soft drinks spot, but there's also, you know, you can still hide behind here. And time again, we do not see this area be valued. And it is a head scratcher for me. But regardless, smoke, boom, ghost hopping all the way over for 2. Charge in there as well. Not able to get a smackdown. And, you know, Haruko does do a very good job of cleaning up the hit. Not, I mean, okay, not okay. Okay, what? Oh, all right, guys. Okay. All right, folks. Okay, everyone. Alright, guys.
I'm a reload.
It's not the best. It's not the best. That much is for sure. Haruko actually wants to go aggressive on this. So thinking about it. Double boom. Spit dies as well. Look at this little jockey. This jockey is plotting. This is an absolute... This is a chaotic, evil jockey. He said, y'all aren't going to do shit about this. I'm going to sit right here and y'all aren't going to do shit about it. Y'all are just going to sit here and take it. Look at them. They're thinking about running forward. Dumpy. Almost to the dome. Hold on. Oh my god, it's raining dumpies. Careful. 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 Be careful. Uh-oh. No. Oh! Charge lands. Jockey hopping around. Oh! And he is gonna kill him. Oh, dude, he's gonna commit a murder. Not on Edu. This is the guy who's excited to play. You're gonna kill Edu? Seriously, Nadrat? You're gonna kill Edu? Really, man? Seriously, dude? All right, dude. Jockey landing. Are they just gonna finish it off here? Oh my god. Into the corner. Nadrat still on 3,500. The GGs are coming out. And can you blame him? The smoke is good. And down they go. Haruko calling GG as well. And with that, we are going to be wrapping up the first match of the... this isn't exactly the first match, but this is my first coverage of the Zvonki Cup. Zvonki Cup 2. And we are definitely going to be back with more action on this as time goes on. This is going to be one of those endurance cups. This is not one of those cups where it already starts in playoffs. You lose 2, you're out. No. This is an extended Swiss period of 7 weeks. 2 weeks. No, I'm sorry, of 7 rounds. 2 weeks per round. So we're looking at 14 weeks for Swiss alone. So this isn't going to be like a very high volume cup where we're casting many matches each week. But this will be interspersed throughout the next few months. And it is a pleasure to be able to, in cooperation with the tournament host, Raiden, be able to bring, who's in this match, by the way, able to bring y'all this Zvonki Cup coverage. We're going to be back later tonight. Actually, I think the match got removed. Wait. No. Fanatics versus Windbreaker at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Peru. That's going to be in 4 hours from now. We will be bringing y'all more coverage of the Zvonki Cup. But anyways, going to go ahead and raid it out. And we'll see you soon. Much love and peace.
As with our efforts to replace the first aid kit, replacing the pain pills item was a challenge. Initial versions of Adrenaline allowed players to run faster and perform certain actions faster, such as reviving other players. But the pills already give 50 temporary health points, which is enough for injured players to run at full speed again, so the Adrenaline needed something extra. We expanded the actions that could be affected by Adrenaline, shortening the time it takes to use health kits, defibrillators, and upgrade packs.